The Hells Canyon Massacre, a forgotten tragedy of the Old West. The year was 1887, and the untamed Snake River in Hells Canyon, straddling the border of Oregon and Idaho, concealed a secret that would stain the American frontier. A group of 34 Chinese gold miners had set up camp along the river, seeking fortune amidst the rugged beauty of the canyon. They were skilled workers, veterans of the California gold rush, and resilient in the face of adversity. But they had no way of anticipating the horror that awaited them. On a quiet May morning, the miners were ambushed by a gang of horse thieves known as the Horse Market Gang. The group consisted of 6 men, led by Bruce Evans and Frank Vaughn, who saw the hard-working Chinese miners as easy targets. Motivated by greed and emboldened by the rampant anti-Chinese sentiment of the time, they plotted a massacre. The attack was ruthless. Armed with rifles, the gang descended upon the miners, slaughtering them one by one. Some tried to flee, but the canyon offered no escape. Those who survived the initial attack were tied together and thrown into the Snake River, left to drown in its cold, merciless currents. By the end of the day, all 34 miners lay dead, their lives stolen, their dreams shattered. The killers looted the miners' camp, stealing gold dust, tools, and personal belongings. Yet, their heinous crime might never have come to light if not for the discovery of bodies washing up downstream. When news of the massacre reached the nearby towns, it shocked the community. However, the racial prejudices of the time meant the murders were met with little urgency from law enforcement. It wasn't until 1888 that arrests were made. Bruce Evans and his gang were brought to trial, but the justice system failed. In a courtroom rife with bias, the men were acquitted despite overwhelming evidence, including eyewitness testimony. The massacre faded into obscurity, another tragedy buried under the weight of systemic racism and indifference. For decades, the story remained largely forgotten, unacknowledged in textbooks and historical records. It wasn't until the 1990s that historians began piecing together the truth, spurred by Chinese American advocacy groups demanding recognition for the victims. In 2005, the site of the massacre was officially memorialized as the Chinese Massacre Cove, a somber acknowledgement of the atrocities committed there. The Hells Canyon Massacre is more than a tale of frontier violence. It is a stark reminder of the racism and greed that shaped much of America's history. Today, it serves as both a warning and a call to remember the forgotten voices silenced by hatred and injustice.